Hello, welcome to my channel. This is the Growing with Fatmanan podcast where we talk about transformation because the key to living your best life is found in transformation. And today we are going to be talking about a very transformative topic, a topic that will launch us to living our best life, and that is living in freedom. And we are going to be talking about 4 practical ways to living a free life. We are all searching for freedom. Everybody is searching for freedom in our family, in our work, in our relationships, in our business, whatever it is we are doing, we are searching for freedom. We all want to be free. And sometimes it is not just freedom in itself, but the ability to make decisions for ourselves without any resistance from anybody. Everybody wants to make his or her decision. And we see that life is a valley of choices, of decisions. Every day we are faced with choices, and every day we are faced to make decisions. And those decisions we make shape our lives. So we are all a product of the decisions and choices we make. And freedom is seen as different thing to different individuals. Some see freedom from the standpoint of they want to make a choice and they want every other person to live the choice they made. And some people want freedom. To them, freedom is the ability to make their own decisions regardless of the choices of others. And with that, we can have conflict from the people who want to make a choice for everybody and people who want to make a choice for themselves regardless of what everybody's choice is. There's always a conflict of interest when it comes to freedom, because freedom to one person might not be freedom to another person. But the truth is that we all want one thing, and what everybody wants is to be responsible for their decisions and choices. Even when somebody makes that choice for them, they want to be responsible for accepting to go by that decision or not. And that is what many times we see freedom as. And many times the quest for freedom is mostly result-driven, result-based. We always see freedom as outcomes. But when you look deeper within, freedom is beyond outcomes, but it goes deeper to stem from within us, because freedom starts from within before it shows results. We sometimes just look at the results of freedom. So next time when you're looking at freedom, just look within. How do I start getting free from within before seeing the results of freedom? And in the quest and strive for freedom, there's always a motivation to seek freedom. And that motivation is usually from fears or from past experiences. Many times there are things that cause anxiety and worry in us, that we are afraid that those thoughts, when they become a reality, will mean the end of us, or will mean us not being happy, or will mean us not living the best life we seek to live. So in order not to live what makes us afraid, we seek to live a different life from that reality. And that motivates us to want to live in freedom. The other motivation is past experiences. Many of us have gone through many things in life, and some of them we want to relive, and some of them we don't want to relive. No matter what it is, past experiences go a long way to motivate us to seek freedom. But whatever the motivation for freedom is, we all want meaning in our lives. We all want to live a life that is fulfilling, a life according to why we are born here on earth, because that's what everybody is in pursuit of. But sometimes the way we seek for freedom is not always the right way that we find freedom. Because many times the true freedom is found in the opposite of what we think freedom is. Now let me talk about the 4 practical ways to living a free life. The first way is renewing our mind. The core to who we are and who we become is found in our mind. What is your mind made up of? How do you think? The decisions we make in our mind are the first steps to seeing external results. Freedom is more internal than it is external. And this Newton's law of motion strikes me when I think of this. It says a body remains at rest until an external force is being exerted on it. That is, your mind remains in the way it is until you have an external force that catalyzes your mind to go in motion, to change, to transform from where it is to where it needs to get to. And many times we seek for freedom and we seek for change within ourselves. But if you look at it critically, true change is not just within ourselves. Because there's a reason why we are the way we are. For us to transform, for us to be renewed, we need an external force. That thing that will come from without to trigger a transformation within us. So the first step to living a free life is by renewal of the mind. And that is beyond us. And that is not found in self. Because many times when we seek for freedom, we look within self. But we see that the true way to gain freedom is without self. That will push you. You need something that will change you to become the best version of yourself. And the second step we are looking at is giving up control. Many times when we look at freedom, we look at control. Everybody wants to be in control. Now let's look at this. Let's say you want to fly you are traveling by air and you are flying from the current city you are in now to another city. Of course, you make the decision to make that city which you are going to your destination. But you still need to give control to the pilots who fly you there, because they know how to get there better than you. Yes, we make the journey on the destination, but many times, we make the decision, but many times the process of the journey, we have to give up control to who knows how to navigate us better. So freedom is not always about having full control of everything. The main thing you need to have full control of is your decision. And your decision needs to come from a renewed mind. And a renewed mind is something that we need an external force to catalyze us into getting there. So we see that true freedom is beyond looking at self, is beyond living in self, but it goes more to having an external force launch you into freedom. The third thing we are going to be looking at is accepting reality. Many times we don't accept the current state we are. And without accepting the current state you are, you cannot effectively know where you're heading to. Because how can I know I'm traveling to the right location without knowing the location I'm in now? The location I'm in now will determine how close I am or how far I am to where I'm going to. Or even I'm in the right direction. But when I don't know where I am right now, I can't know the direction I should be heading to get to where I want to go to. And many times when we don't accept the reality of where we are, it sabotages our path, our journey to finding freedom. So we need to accept reality. We should stop deceiving ourselves about the reality of the state of things with us. Let's accept the reality and use that to forge ahead, to know what we need to do to get to where we want to go to. The fourth step we are talking about is letting go. Many times we haven't let go of things that have happened to us. And sometimes there are successes and failures that we keep holding on to. We want to keep reliving successes we have had in the past, and we don't want to relive failures we have had. But letting go doesn't mean we should not keep the lessons from situations. But it's just that we need to stop living in that moment. Because when we keep living in the past, we keep creating a bubble that will not launch us into the future today. So we need to let go. Learn your lessons and let go. It is in that you can effectively know and plan for where you're heading to. The power to live a free life lies deep within. It lies within you. You can make that choice to live a free life. And consider these 4 practical steps we have spoken about to living in freedom: renewing your mind, giving up control, acknowledging reality, and letting go. With these steps, you can identify where you are and what you need to do to get to where you want to go to. Don't live in yesterday. Live today to forge a path for tomorrow. And you need to start right now. You can't wait, because the journey is a journey worth embarking on. So take that journey to freedom, renew your mind, give up control, acknowledge reality, and let go. Thank you for watching this transformative episode of the Growing with Fat Manan podcast. And I would like you to share your comments on what your thoughts are to living in freedom. Give a comment so that we grow a community of people who are seeking transformation. And I would like you to share with friends. Let's know what their thoughts are. Thank you for joining me on this transformative episode. And I have a blog post, which I'll put the link in the description below. The blog post I wrote about this topic, and I would love you to read it, and it might have a different approach to this podcast video. And I would like you to read. Let's know what you feel about, what your thoughts are about this whole topic of transformation. Thank you. I remain your host, Fatmanan Gabriel Mafulu. Have a nice day. Peace.